We really are hoping this is it. That this is some of the last times we're going to see images like this year. For many of us here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is almost done. That's right, winter is out the door. Now don't get me wrong, I already know in the comments I can see it. Somebody in Minnesota is going to post they were ice fishing on their lake just 2 days ago, and of course them Florida boys are going to chime in loud and proud and let us know winter never really hit and they never stopped boating. But for the rest of us, it is time to start getting back into that boating action and let winter be gone. Now, what does that really mean for most of us? Well, for many of us, that means we haven't touched our boat in months, and we've probably forgotten some of the most basic procedures that are parts of boating just because we haven't been in the routine in a while. Now, this really is no big deal. I mean, this is kind of like riding a bicycle. Eventually, it's all going to come back to you. It might just take you a few moments to really truly get back into the swing of things, and make sure you remember all the small things, kind of like the drain plug. But this time of year is a great time to start working on that routine, and one thing you can always do is go ahead and make yourself a list of the things you need to do every time you launch that boat to make sure you have a nice safe launch, and then follow that list, especially the first few times to make sure you get everything down pat. But there's more than just the routine. Of course, if you haven't been out there and operated the boat in a while, you may be unfamiliar with the characteristics of your vessel and how it handles in certain situations. So it may take you a few moments to kind of get back into the swing of things and remember how this vessel handles, and it can make for some very interesting situations, especially in tight spots like around the dock. Then of course there are other things you may have forgotten since it's been a while since you've been on the boat, like where those local sandbars and shallow spots are on your lake.
More gas, more gas.
And the reality is in some cases this may not even be a forgetful thing. Wind, water, current all shift the sand, and those sandbars themselves could have actually moved. And then of course some of us will need that wonderful refresher about the rules of the road. You know, it's been a while since you've boated and you may have forgotten some of these things, kind of like maybe I need to stay inside the channel markers on my way out of the marina. Then of course we've got the wonderful anchor lines. You always have to make sure when you're approaching an anchor area that you don't cross anybody else's line. It's always bad.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams.
Why?
It would be bad.
I'm fuzzy on the whole good-bad thing. What do you mean bad?
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Total protonic reversal. All right, that's bad. Okay. All right, important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
And then of course you go back to the rules of the road, and you've got to remember who has the right of way out there on the water. And of course most vessels, if they're working, will typically have the right of way, even on size, because they're going to be limited in their movement due to work. Kind of like this situation right here where we see this massive yacht is doing everything he can to back down as quick as he can here in the Miami River as these tugboats try and bring this barge out into Biscayne Bay. And you can tell they're really struggling, but they've got to get out of the way, because I promise these crews that are working on the river, they're not stopping if they're in the way. And then there are some of the other illegal things you'll see.
Dangerous ever seen in your life. He's just hauling ass. These kids up front.
And then of course there is the perception of right away on the water, kind of like this situation here. A lot of times people will see a fishing vessel like this and just assume that it actually has the right of way, but in reality when you take a closer look at this situation, it's not quite as it seems. When you take a closer look at this fishing vessel, it doesn't appear any of the nets are actually in the water, which means this vessel is not currently doing the act of fishing. Which means it is not actually currently a fishing vessel in this situation.
Oh, they're gonna go right over them, dude. They're down. They're down.
So in this situation, this fishing vessel actually only has the same right of way as any other powerboat out on the water. And of course, because the other vessel did have divers and fishermen in the water and was in the act and the process of fishing, that does give them the right of way.
There's nobody in there. There's nobody on deck. There's nobody in the wheelhouse. Oh my God. We have divers right there. They just ran them over.
Fortunately, everyone in this situation was okay. All the divers were able to get up after this vessel left without any injury, and this crew actually did send this footage to the Coast Guard to see if there was any ramifications that can be laid against this vessel for going over the top of them. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Vegas Boulevard God, Raoul Equin 1, Captain Ben Choi, Richard Keller, Jorge Sucks, Pole Sailor, Cy Thompson, Hayes the Craze, BRA Apex Extreme, David Kahn, and Miami Messiah did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.